Hi. It can be worrying for parents, family members and school staff when a child appears reluctant to talk in some situations. This video will provide you with useful tips and ideas for helping to support a reluctant speaker. It is normal for children to feel anxious at times. This can mean that they speak less in some situations, such as starting in school, or during unpredictable events, such as going to hospital for the first time. Most children in these situations will start to speak openly once again once they feel more comfortable or become used to that situation. But for some children, this can be a slower process, and over time, they may need some support from the adults around them. So, let's look at some tips and strategies to help make talking feel easier in these situations. Help reduce pressure on talking. Sometimes, adults can take silence personally and feel frustrated or offended when a child doesn't talk. Often, the child wants to speak but is finding it difficult to get their words out. Rather than adding pressure, we can help by reducing pressure on talking. Something is much easier to do when there is less pressure to do it. When speaking is difficult, focus on what the child can do to help them feel included. Not speaking does not mean they have nothing to contribute.
Hey, you can be my helper today, Sean. I need a helper to put out the cones so that we can all play our game.
Mistakes happen. Talk openly about your mistakes and how we all find some things tricky. Children need to learn that to get better at something, we need to practice it bit by bit. Realizing adults make mistakes and find some things tricky can be empowering. Modeling using a phrase such as "never mind" when something small goes wrong can provide them with a helpful strategy.
I felt a bit silly when I fell over playing football yesterday. But then I thought, never mind, and I got back up. I even scored a goal afterwards.
In situations where the child finds speaking difficult, try to avoid open-ended questions. Use yes-no questions and choices instead, as these can be answered using one word or a gesture. Instead of an open-ended question like, "What will we play outside today?" you could say, "I'd like to play basketball today. Would you?" Or, "It looks great outside today. Will we play basketball or hurling?" Use comments to show interest in what the child is doing. Use simple sentences to describe what's happening. Sometimes questions can feel pressurizing, whereas comments show interest and don't put pressure on a response. See if you notice a difference between these sentences. "What's the name of that fruit? Why are you holding them in your hands?" "Oh, you have cherries. I love to eat cherries. They're delicious." "Oh, I think those cherries are getting dizzy." When looking for questions that won't put the child under any pressure, "I wonder" questions are a great way of giving the child an opportunity to speak, but there is no pressure on a response, and it's okay if they don't say anything.
I wonder where that piece of jigsaw goes.
I wonder what would be nice to eat for dessert.
Try not to give lots of extra attention when the child does speak. Saying something like, "I was so happy when Connor talked today. I hope he talks again tomorrow," might appear helpful, but it can put added pressure on talking. When the child does speak, just act like normal. They were always able to speak, just not everywhere. Try not to appear frustrated or fed up in front of your child, and keep an eye on your own gestures and facial expressions. When your child is hesitant to speak, smiling at them reassuringly gives them the message that you are not disappointed with them. People might make unhelpful comments in front of your child, such as, "Why are you not speaking today? Is something wrong?" A simple response like, "Nothing's wrong, she's just listening today instead. Isn't that right?" can help to move the conversation along. Being open to talking about talking with your child can help them to feel like you understand. Letting the child know that you realise speaking in some places is a little tricky for them can make them feel like they are not alone. You can let them know that you are not expecting them to speak until they are ready to do so.
It's okay. You don't have to speak at Mammy's friend's house today unless it feels easy and you want to.
It's okay to worry, as a child and as an adult. Knowing that you understand and you are there to help can be very reassuring for your child.
You feel worried because it's your first time doing this. I was scared when I went to my first party too, but I gave it a go and then it was much easier the next time.
Friends, family and teachers will want to know how best to support your child and how to help them to feel comfortable to talk more over time. You can share these tips with them so everyone is using the same strategies. You may need to explain that using social words, such as please or thank you, can be difficult and may not always happen. Here's a quick reminder of our 10 tips. We hope you find these tips and ideas useful. It can be helpful to focus on just 1 or 2 tips at first, and watching the video again will help you become more familiar with all the strategies. If you have any questions or need any more information, you can contact your local speech and language therapy team.